So guys, I want to introduce you to the EV database. This is a very useful product guide for different electric vehicles. And as we can see there, if we just pick the first one, of course we can go by make, body style, price, availability. And if you look at the top, you've got the most recent, the cheapest, the one with rapid charging, the most efficient and the longest range. And what we do there is if we click on the actual vehicle, as you can see, it gives you a full picture and overview of the vehicle, the price and its efficiency. But more importantly, as an installer and someone that's going to give good advice, is how they're going to charge this vehicle. Now, if we look at the AC charging rate, we can see there that this is 11 kilowatts. That's its max AC charging rate into the vehicle. And if we look down to the charging suggestions and all the options, you can see there that you can actually still charge this vehicle with a single phase charger at 7.4 kilowatts. Now, this is useful, of course, because it means that you could charge that vehicle on a domestic charger at home at 7.4 kilowatts an hour. Now, if we look across to the DC charging, this means that the inverter is in the charger itself, and that's based on the capacity of the charger. So Project EV do chargers from 40 kilowatt DC all the way up to 300 kilowatt DC, and therefore it means that if we fitted a 150 kilowatt charger, which we do in our range, we could charge this vehicle at 125 kilowatts an hour. That means that this particular vehicle would be charged up because, as you can see there, the capacity is 82 kilowatts. That means it would be charged up in less than 36 minutes. So that's a really good overview. And as we move down, as you can see, there's also other useful information like real energy consumption, dimensions and weight, of course the seats, the body style. And what's really important is the benefit in kind tax rate. So as we can see there, as we've already mentioned, the benefit in kind means that if this was a company car, you'd be paying zero car tax this year, and then moving on to next year, which would be 1% and 2%. So that's all also very useful, certainly if you're in the company car bracket and your employer obviously provides a company car, then definitely EV will be the way forward to reduce your tax. And as we can scroll down, so as you can see there, the actual vehicle utilises a Type 2 AC charger, and therefore we can see that if you plug in on a 7.4 kilowatt AC charger, then it will take 12 hours 15 minutes to charge that vehicle. The maximum charge rate there is 11 kilowatts, and if you can see there, if you've got a 22 kilowatt charger, then it will still charge at the same rate, which is a really good example of showing that the maximum charge rate of this particular vehicle is 11 kilowatts. So it's irrelevant if you put a 22 kilowatt AC charger. Moving down to the rapid charging, which is your DC charging, as you can see there, if you utilised a 150 kilowatt charger, you've got the CCS connection, which we've already talked about. The Nissan would be a CHAdeMO. So this also tells you what particular charging you may need if you wanted to go down to rapid charging. And as you can see there, it's 36 minutes to charge that particular vehicle. And the average power going into that vehicle is 94 kilowatts. What you will find with a DC charger is they do slow down at around about 80%, and that's just to protect the battery. And then moving down, you've got the drivetrain, the battery and the charging, just a bit more of an explanation how it does charge and the way it charges with DC, your energy consumption, and that's a really good data sheet for a vehicle, and certainly to utilise when you've got a client in front of you and working out what the best methodology of charging is.